Meta's gaming showcase is over, and we have been introduced to a range of new games for our VR headsets. But which of the new games will blow our minds in the near future? That's what this video is all about. Every Quest 2 owner is almost certainly looking forward to Meta's gaming showcase. As the name suggests, new games for the Quest Store are presented at this event. For VR lovers like us, this ideally means that we can look forward to innovative games throughout the year. This year's gaming showcase kicked off with the next chapter of The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners. The first part still enjoys great popularity today, so it wasn't particularly surprising but nevertheless pleasing that a sequel has now been announced. The gameplay remains very similar compared to the predecessor. We will have to collect some loot in order to survive, and our actions do have some influence on how the story progresses. Those who enjoy sending a horde of zombies to the eternal hunting grounds with an axe, chainsaw and pistol should be happy about this announcement. The next game that has been announced has the potential to introduce me to the sport that I never really understood until today: NFL Pro Era. Seriously, I just don't understand football. Every time someone explains the rules to me about the Super Bowl, I completely forget them the next day. Anyway, I really liked the trailer that was shown, and it made me want to play the game. When my pro career as quarterback starts, I will let you know. In Among Us, intrigue, cunning and lies are the way to victory, and the currently put a smile on my face to see the first VR footage. Even though my Among Us rounds can be counted on 2 to 3 hands, I remember them fondly. I'm very curious to see exactly how the tasks are designed in VR, and if the perspective of VR will make an additional feeling of power flow through my body once my diabolical plan has worked out. Probably the most graphically impressive game in the 30 minutes was Red Matter 2. The predecessor already looked damn good on the standalone headset, and it looks like we can expect even higher quality this time. With a jetpack and a gun, we travel across the solar system in order to stop a red matter, which, how it could be any different, threatens the entire universe. If the universe is too big for you and you'd rather go one size smaller, Aspire 2 might be something for you. It even includes an additional co-op campaign, and you can save the world together using your high-tech VR equipment. Quill will return to Quest 2 with her new adventure. That was to be expected. It really would have been a shame if PSVR players were the only ones to enjoy it. In any case, we at MRTV highly recommend you to buy the game. I will tell you one of my gaming quirks. Games like Rune's Magus will not pull me into virtual reality and keep me there. That's because JRPGs are simply not for me. Why? Probably because I get pulled out of my usual gaming comfort zone and I don't like being yelled at in Japanese. That the game is coming was already known before the showcase. We just got a new trailer without a concrete release date. It's a real shame that I can't have any fascination for it, since this genre has a huge fanbase. How is it with you guys? You love to create things, build an economy and fulfill the needs of a city? If you answer yes to that question as well as I do, then Cities VR could be exciting. The game hits the store as early as next week Thursday, and you'll get a 10% discount if you pre-order the game. Resident Evil 4 and Beat Saber can be dealt with quite briefly at this point, because both games receive an extensive update. In the future, you can compete with your friends in zombie kills in Leatherbirds or smash the colored blocks to create 10 new songs. Finally, Bones Lab was announced. This is the successor to Boneworks, a very popular and elaborate VR game from 2019. It definitely makes use of some elements reminiscent of Half-Life Alyx, and that's by no means meant in a negative way at this point. Physics puzzles, shootouts and a mysterious story worked more than well in this combination. Even though my short comments about the respective games don't sound bad overall, I was a bit disappointed by the showcase. That wasn't necessarily because of the games presented, which currently took a lot of effort and love. It was more because of the context in which the games were announced. Aside from the fact that they are mostly sequels or DLCs, Meta created a lot of expectations last year. The announcement of several AAA titles or news about the much sought after port of GTA San Andreas were sadly totally absent from this gaming showcase. While Meta did put in a disclaimer at the beginning, pointing out that some titles are not yet ready to be shown at the showcase this year, it seemed a bit lame for a billion-dollar company. Why not show the development status of GTA San Andreas and point out that they are trying their hardest to port this game to VR as well as possible? I'm sure many viewers would have found that better than not getting any information at all. Feel free to post your thoughts on this in the comments. VR still needs good software to establish itself further in the market. Science Meta is the pioneer in this market and has stoked up expectations. What was presented was a bit disappointing. While we are on the subject of expectations, what could come in the future would be more games and apps that will use the Quest 2's hand tracking. With the new version 2.0, the software can now handle hidden and fast-moving scenarios much better, according to Meta. Previously, this more often resulted in hands disappearing, making certain actions difficult to implement. The update should also improve gesture recognition in the hand tracking system. This improvement can be seen particularly well in the demo. There, a grab gesture is demonstrated in order to hold a virtual object. The improved robustness when clapping is also shown. The update has meanwhile been rolled out via an SDK and operating system update. Hopefully, this will open up new possibilities for developers to take advantage of in the future. Feel free to post in the comments which games or applications you have used hand tracking in. As the last news for this week, I brought you someone you should know. Hi Bradley. In his new video, he feeds us information on the Pico Neo 4. As you will recall, last week I pointed out the discount you'd receive if you purchased a Pico Neo 3 Link. So of course it's exciting to find out what the glasses will ultimately look like that we can purchase with this discount. If we believe Bradley's words, then the Pico Neo 4 will be a competitor to Meta's Project Cambria, as already suspected. We will probably get a VR headset with pancake lenses, faster SSDs and eye tracking. The release window that Bradley mentioned is really exciting. If he is right, the cross-subsidized HMD will be launched before Project Cambria. If Pico is successful with this strategy, they could give Meta a painful blow and shake their previous market power. It is quite interesting that Meta not only faces competition from well-known companies like Apple or Sony, but also has a reckon with headwinds from a Chinese manufacturer. This is a good news for us consumers, because a larger selection of hardware can never hurt. That was the news for this week. If you like the format, feel free to leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss a video about VR and AR. See you next time, William out.